I'm going to reach into that cupboard. What do I see in there?
What are you thinking about?
Well, my primary thought is I want to feed Tito because he's like, he liked the lemon bar okay, but I feel like maybe there's something that'll nourish him a little bit better.
Okay. You open up the cabinet, and there is a heaping bowl of minced mountain goat meat.
Yeah. Oh my god, this is perfect. Okay, I'm gonna take the bowl and I'm gonna go over to the spice area that Kalik was at. I'm just gonna like make it really salty and like spicy.
Okay. All right.
And then bring that back over, throw some of it in my mouth, chew it up, spit it out for Tito, see how he takes to it.
And with Xavier, Tito seems to enjoy it, but Xavier, seeing this, he sort of looks around at all of you and says, would we just be able to get just a moment, please?
Yeah, yes, of course. Yeah.
As I take this soup off of the fire, I just take a look at Olma to see how she's doing, because I've had my back sort of turned. What does Olma look like?
Dejected. Her face is just kind of like downturned, and her shoulders are down.
I look daggers at Xavier, and I say, "It'll be right over there." And I take my soup, and I saunter across the platform.
Shreya, how was that in there?
I just opened the cabinet. It seemed to contain exactly what I was thinking about.
Really?
Yes.
I'll go over to a cabinet and I'll think about ale, and I'll open the cabinet.
And there's a overflowing cask of ale.
Yes. Is it like a human-sized one, so it's like super big?
Were you thinking about a human-sized one that's super big?
You better believe it, baby.
Yes. Then yes, it is.
Now I'll try to pick it up, assumingly off the shelf, which is too high for me, and carry it as I nod to the two sitting at the table, Xavier and Olma, and I'll walk away and join the group on the main platform.
Follow Flynn. And a little bit unwillingly, I'm just gonna like see if on my last way out I can hear any more about what their conversation is.
Oh, okay. All right. Then we'll see.
Last paces.
And as they leave, Xavier sort of scoots his chair another like half inch towards Olma. I cannot apologize enough. I recognize my mistake. And I hope you can forgive me.
Are you gonna do it again?
I swear to you, I will never leave you again.
You're allowed to leave and do your own thing. You just have to tell me and not make me think that you're just like stolen and hurt or injured or dead.
I promise.
Okay. You're forgiven.
Thank you. I will say, when I was at the farm with Charles, he said that the family had left the farm to him, and after this woman had dropped you off, they completely disappeared and left all of their things. Fortunately, there was still a family ledger.
Really?
At the farmhouse, yes. There were some names, goes back a couple generations, and some of them even, left their writings of their daily life, and journals, diaries were left there, and...
Do you still have them?
I don't.
All right.
They're at the farm still, but I did read through some of them.
You left them at the farm? So they're not like taken by the prison or anything?
No, they should still be there.
Okay.
So, through these diaries and this ledger, a family secret kept coming up. This theme of something that had to be hidden. I can only assume, talking about your powers and the lineage there, but I did find names.
Names?
It seems that at least the names that were written down of your parents, Simon Bagney and Clara Cross Bagney.
Do you know if they're alive?
I don't. I spoke with Charles. He didn't even know if they were alive.
And they took me to the monastery?
According to Charles, it wasn't them. It was actually your great-grandmother, Lady Alexandra.
Lady?
Yeah. Turns out you descend from some nobility, but in the line of this hidden secret and the thing that must be kept a secret, seems that nobility had to be forfeit in the interest of keeping people quiet and under the, watchful eyes. They needed to be secretive. And from what Charles told me, it did seem that Alexandra was the woman who helped him take you up to the monastery.
Did he tell you why?
He didn't know too much about why they took you up there, unfortunately. From what he could gather, the family seemed to be in some sort of a panic. It did seem that someone or a group of people were after them as well. And they had to, in the interest of your safety, take you somewhere that they knew was safe. It was only after I learned that and got the name of Lady Alexandra, I knew she was at some point nobility, so there must be some sort of public record on her. I went to Solaris and began to look through some of the city archives to see if I could find anything further. I traced her lineage back a few generations to another woman named Cassandra. I was unable to find any more information besides that name. But as soon as I came upon this information, I was taken. The garrison of Solaris had trapped me, and in that library they imprisoned me.
Well, why? Did they tell you why? What'd you do?
They never told me why.
What is Cassandra that they felt like they needed to arrest you because you were looking into her?
I could not tell you.
I don't like it here. Everyone's always getting arrested for nothing. Well, what was it for?
Finding out information that someone doesn't want me to have.
Well,
And-
what information?
Unfortunately, something about your family.
What is it?
I don't know. I couldn't go back far enough. I was
So you
looking
didn't find
into-
it out, so why'd they arrest you?
Perhaps I was getting close. And if I might share something. And he sort of looks around and sees that everyone else has dispersed.
Ooh.
He says, that Zeta, rubs me the wrong way. She's very clearly not telling you something about the Takir ruins. I don't think that the guard of Oakenspire would arrest her for a gnome melting in front of her. She didn't have anything to do with that. She clearly didn't know anything about it.
Well, but they arrested you for not really knowing anything either. And they
That's
arrested Timmy for nothing too, so I understand. I trust you. And yeah, it's a little bit weird. But shrug. I shrug. Okay, so we just pick up where we left off. Carefully.
And if you're in the mood for it, we can actually pick up where we left off if you'd like to meditate with me for a moment. And I know we haven't really, held your powers down in a little bit, but if you're interested, we can see if we can tap back into it.
Okay.
Only if you're feeling up for it, though.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think I can. It's been pretty good with everybody. I think they help me. They help me focus.
Mhm.
I mean, most recent times not included. But generally, I also feel like I am a little stronger than I was.
Of course.
You know?
Yeah.
Can do a lot more stuff now. But I haven't meditated like at all.
If you want to just take a couple minutes, we can
Mm-hmm.
see if we can tap back into it. Okay. All right. And he closes his eyes and he begins breathing, and you recognize, exactly what you had done dozens of times before in order to sort of calm down this wild inside of you.
I start with just squeezing my eyes shut, like really, really hard, and breathe a little bit, and then eventually my eyes will relax.
Okay. And over the course of the next couple minutes, everyone looks over at some point and sees that Olma and Xavier both have their eyes closed, and you can see Xavier taking her through this guided meditation, sort of asking you to visualize certain things and to reach inside and take that power within you and grasp it and own it and control it. And after about 15 minutes of meditation, you feel sort of like this relief from within you. And you feel a greater grasp on your magic. So, in the next week of time, you may choose at any point, if a wild magic surge goes off, you may choose to instead have it not go off, and have the wild magic counter reset to 1.